Germany's new government. How liberal is the coalition of conservatives and free Democrats? In the interview, FDP Parliamentary Party leader Birgit Homburger.
Ms. Homburger, the governing coalition you wanted has become reality. The Conservatives and the Free Democrats had big plans, but now it looks like the government is already tripping over its own feet. Did you expect the beginning to be like this?
We, as a coalition, have a clear agreement in which we set out our compass for the next 4 years. We know the direction we want to go. We want more freedom in Germany. We want to create growth in Germany to achieve more employment, which will lead to more income for the state. We're united in that. And contrary to what people outside are constantly saying, that we don't know what we're doing, just this week, we introduced our first legislation to boost economic growth, and we will enact that before the Christmas break, so that it can go into effect on the 1st of January 2010.
Well, yes, but on the other hand, one of the FDP's key demands was lower taxes and structural tax reform. But Finance Minister Schäuble says that's not going to happen in this parliament. Is this going to cause a fight in the coalition?
In dieser Legislaturperiode gibt es keine. Gibt es jetzt Krach in der Koalition?
Our agreement says we're going to start with a 21 billion euro tax cut on January 1st, 2010, and then, if possible, by the start of 2011, introduce a progressive tax regime that would further reduce taxes by 24 billion euros a year, especially for lower and middle-income people. That's what we've agreed, and that's what we're going to do.
When the FDP was in opposition, it always said we have to save, save, save. Has controlling the budget become less important now that you are in government?
Getting the budget under control is important, especially with a view to future generations. That's why we've always said cutting spending and cutting taxes have to go hand in hand. And that's exactly what we're doing. Our coalition agreement sets out a clear course for budget policies. That doesn't mean we've put a budget plan in our coalition agreement. It doesn't belong there. The savings we'll implement will become visible in the budget.
Let's talk about Opel. Elections are coming up next May in North Rhine-Westphalia, an important state which is also governed by the Conservatives and the FDP. Will the effort to rescue Opel continue until then, or will you say it's time to close this chapter?
First of all, one thing that we're concerned about is the uncertainty that Opel workers are experiencing. We've always said that they need to know what's happening to them. And I think this back and forth by General Motors is a real slap in the face to the workers. But it's also become clear that the last government's decision to unilaterally choose one investor early in the game was a mistake. And that's why we've now made clear that the bridging loan that Opel received must be paid back. That's taxpayers' money. And if it isn't used as originally intended, then it has to be repaid. GM has said it'll do that, and it also said it won't need government money for its new concept for the company. So what we expect now is a comprehensive concept for restructuring the company that gives Opel workers some security. But that's a job for the company, not for the coalition.
Let's move on to another point of dispute. Health Minister Philipp Rösler, an FDP man, is pushing for fundamental changes to public health care. The Conservatives say not so fast. Is that a new beginning?
Our coalition contract applies here as well. It's not a wish list, but a clear agreement. And this agreement says we're going to establish new health policies. We will make changes. We will allow more competition. The healthcare finance reforms that took effect at the beginning of the year created a situation where patients didn't have any choice. The introduction of a uniform health insurance contribution basically removed all incentives. In the future, that's going to change. That's clear. We want more freedom for the insured, including in doctor-patient relationships. We also want to make sure that this healthcare system is prepared for the coming years. And above all, our goal is to increase solidarity in the system. The healthcare system has to be able to cope with generational changes, demographic changes, so there's more solidarity between different generations. That's a big challenge we've taken on, but it's necessary to assure that people have blanket access to high-quality health care. That's what we have to achieve.
Walter Döring, your former FDP leader in Baden-Württemberg, said you have the elbows necessary for the job you've taken. Have you had to use those elbows yet?
No, the mood is very good in our parliamentary group. We are the biggest group of Free Democrats to ever sit in the Bundestag, with 93 lawmakers, and we're a very self-assured group. Our job here is to assure that the market liberal signature in the coalition contract is actually implemented.
You used to be the Free Democrat spokesperson on defense issues. Is Germany not yet ready for a female defense minister?
We, as coalition partners, drafted the coalition contract together. We clearly said what our positions are in foreign and defense policy, and then distributed positions accordingly. I believe that the agreement we made is a good one, and that includes how we divided responsibilities. I personally am very happy and grateful that I have the opportunity to work as parliamentary group leader. I believe very strongly in the parliamentary process, and I believe that the parliament should be more appreciated in Germany. It's great to be able to work toward that goal.
Your party leader, Guido Westerwelle, is foreign minister, but his expertise is more in tax and finance issues. Did he get the wrong job?
No. Guido Westerwelle is doing a great job. He immediately showed that on his first trips abroad. He showed that he has a clear compass, that he knows where he wants to go. On the one hand, he knows that we want good relations with our neighbors to the east, that we want to stabilize those relationships, because that's what will keep Europe safer and at peace. While on the other hand, we also know that the transatlantic relationship plays a central role for us. He has a clear sense of values and will guide German foreign policy in the same direction as in the past, while bringing in new impulses, for instance, in the area of disarmament. I think that's already clear. So I'm convinced we've got an outstanding minister in the right position and that he'll guide German foreign policy well.
Ms. Homburger, thank you for talking to us.